this whole Ukraine back and forth, I'm sure you know more about this stuff, foreign affairs, than I do, Reed, as we'll quickly find out. But this whole back and forth between Ukraine and Russia has been going on for a while. Kind of dipped down there and back up and down and up and dipped all the way down to the sea. And the good news is that Putin took a pretty hard hit this week when he bombed himself and his pipeline, the Nord Stream pipeline leak.
Yes.
Potentially causes largest methane release in record history. And this is from Forbes.com, so you know it's legit. Reed, you believe that Putin bombed himself, right?
Actually, we resurrected Colin Powell to give a speech to the United Nations, and he held up this little graph of, this little pictorial graph of how Putin had in fact attached a bomb to the Nord Stream 2 pipeline and destroyed it. So I think, given historical precedents, that's enough evidence to go on right there.
I'm convinced. I mean, why wouldn't he bomb himself? It's on the graph. Did you guys even look at the graph? I don't know what else you need.
I don't really know what else to say. I feel like this is a slam dunk.
Yeah, everybody seems to agree. Fox agrees. This is the 5 reasons why Russia is likely behind the Nord Stream industrial sabotage. And, of course, there are a bunch of really compelling reasons, like, let's see. First, Putin has the motivation, okay? Second, damaging or destroying critical infrastructure is consistent with Russia's warfighting. So, they're okay. I'm not judging, man. You play your war games however you want, I suppose. Third, Russian military strategists have pondered a scenario in which Russia would target adversaries' civilian infrastructure during a conflict. So some people have contemplated this once. Unfortunately, other people have contemplated this type of thing as well, like the Honorable President Joseph Robinette Biden.
If Russia invades, that means tanks or troops crossing the border of Ukraine again. Then there will be no longer a Nord Stream 2. We will bring an end to it.
How will you do that exactly, since the project and control of the project is within Germany's control?
We will. I promise you, we'll be able to do it.
Will you commit today to turning off and pulling the plug on Nord Stream 2? You didn't mention it. You haven't mentioned it.
As I already.
So we're going to do it. And how we're going to do it, we're going to do it. And we don't need to just ... Just know that we're going to do it. Reed? Sarcasm aside, there is the typical war stuff going on that we've seen within our lifetimes of this is definitely happening, so we need to go attack now. Some people are saying, hey, Biden. Some people are saying it's definitely Putin. Where do you land on this? And I bet I could guess it's somewhere within like the Operation Northwoods area.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the only reason I can see Putin would do this is to then blame it on us and use it as an excuse to escalate things. But I don't think he really needs that excuse. I mean, he's already there anyways. He's already been...
He was the one escalating.
He's already invading.
He didn't need a reason other than what he had already.
So I don't really get the rationale behind that. As far as like any blatant, like straightforward reasoning, I mean, it totally makes sense the United States would attack the pipeline because Germany's getting, they're getting gas from Russia, and we want Europe to not be dependent on Russia for, natural resources or anything. So it totally makes sense for us to try to cut it off, like Biden just laid out in that press conference or whatever that was. He has been explicit, and so was Trump, by the way. Like, a lot of people forget this, but Trump actually went and berated the United Nations. Yeah, there we go.
I'm
You're
ready.
ahead of me on this one, so yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, it's been policy from the United States to not want this Nord Stream pipeline to exist for a while.
And Trump's reason was that we give so much money to NATO and protect Germany, and then they screw us in trade. It's like, I've got a really easy solution for you. And it has nothing to do with trade. It has more to do with you supporting them through NATO. Yeah.
So I'm rather certain it was either the United States or some sort of combined effort by NATO or some country on our side of the war.
Yeah.
I really don't see any good explanation for why Russia would do this.
Right. Why do you love Putin so much, Reed?
Well, he's based, like, I mean,
Sure.
on a sort of serious note, like, whoa, I would have like, I would have a little bit more respect for the Israelis if they were just like, yeah, we're gonna fucking murder all these people and push them off their land, and we're gonna take it for our own, because then they're at least like being honest about
Right.
what they're doing. But they try to wrap everything and like, oh, we're the only democracy in the Middle East, and like, it's like when Trump said we're staying in Syria to protect the oil. That was like, okay, I mean, that's awful, but at least
Right.
he's saying why we're staying in Syria. So
I don't
I
approve
mean,
your awful behavior, but at least you're not lying to me about it. Like,
exactly.
j-
I
j-
mean,
just
people have
you
forgotten.
can spit in my face, just don't slap me while you do it. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people have forgotten what the word based actually means, and it's really about like being yourself even when it's not popular, or you're not stating something that most of the people in the room will agree with you on. So, like the Saudis are based. I mean, they're awful, but they are based. They tell you like, yeah, we're just going to murder all these people, and yeah,
Right.
we're just going to blow these people up. We're going to starve these people to death. And yeah, we did hack that guy up with a bone saw. Like, they're not shy about that type of shit at all. They're just like, yep, uh-huh. Where all these other countries, they try to like, oh no, we did this because of this, 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 and this. It's like, no, 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 no. We know why you did it. So, I guess from some sort of on some level, I do have a little bit more respect for Putin than other leaders, because he at least says like, yeah, we are going to invade Ukraine, and we're gonna, kill all of these people that have been bombing the Donbass for however long, and we are going to like take these territories. We want them. We are going to take them. This isn't any sort of like diplomatic strategy we're using. Like, we are just going to bomb the shit out of this until you guys let us have this. So I don't know. The straightforwardness gets points from me, so I will concede that about Putin and the Russians.
Yeah. Carlin Borisenko says, why does it look like Reed is wearing ribbons in his hair?
Oh, these things.
That is cute. I like it.
Yeah,
Little pigtails.
yeah, you like those? I
Yeah.
should just put ribbons on them. That would look kind of cute.
It would. It would. Anyway, so we are Biden's using this already for the very purpose that one would do this, and it's to push us into something more, something war. And I did have one other clip here that I want to play. This is who is this again? Victoria Nuland, who had this to say about the Nord Stream pipeline, and it's not going to play because it's Twitter. Oh, come on.
Come on, Elon.
With regard to Nord Stream 2, we continue to have very strong and clear conversations with our German allies, and I want to be clear with you today. If Russia invades Ukraine, one way or another, Nord Stream 2 will not move forward.
Would you call that based? She's saying something,
I guess,
something that at least should be very unpopular that she really believes.
Yeah.
Clearly.
That she really believes. Yeah. That's the problem. Is I feel like based has certain connotations, not just saying something that's unpopular. But whether or not it's supposed to, it does now. But
So only
yeah,
Putin, not Victoria
least,
Nuland.
I guess like I am impressed with the amount of honesty from Biden and Victoria Nuland, and at least about like, we do want to kill this and we will make it stop, and then afterward trying to cover it up. But I don't know. So they're halfway there at least. You got to give them that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's I mean, to guys like me, and I'm sure you, when you hear about something like this happening, the first thought, like even before looking into it, I was like, bullshit. No, not buying it. Bullshit. And you've got, if it was us, hypothetically, very hypothetical, obviously. If it was us, like the people who are doing it are the people who are concerned about the world ending from climate change, and so they bombed a giant methane pipe in the ocean and released more like methane gas into the atmosphere than has ever been released before.
Yeah, but this was to stop Putin, and Putin is literally Hitler, which is literally January 6th, which is literally worse than climate change.
Right.
So, The
I mean,
rationale actually adds up.
as far as climate change goes, this should be like cow 9/11. Like if cow farts are dangerous, then this is a next level. This is like a Bill Gates farm.
You mean
Cow
cow
farts.
January 6th, right?
Right.
'Cause it's
Cow
worse than
January 6th.
9/11.
Yes.
Mhm.
Hamuary 6th. If it was pigs, that joke would have worked much better. Anyway.
Yes.
So yeah, at best, if they are found out to have done this, they are war criminals, and some might even say they're hypocrites. But I would we're gonna move on from this, but I would recommend everybody look into some things like Operation Northwoods in your free time when you got nothing to do. Maybe you're pooping on the toilet and want to see how your government's been lying to you since always, and then let me know if you think they're more trustworthy today than they were in 1962.
I'll make questionable decisions. I'll be in fact